are all so important to us. And please understand how sincere I am with this. You have direct contact with all the kids. You want to come over? Come on. And you might want to get in the shade too.
I what?
Yeah. You have direct contact with these kids, so therefore you are the main source. Your attitude, when you come in and you start working with the kids, your attitude, your body language, your words, and your actions speak louder than anything else than what Higher Ground stands for, our morals, our values, our vision, our mission. It's what you do every day that defines what Higher Ground is, number one, but more importantly, what we're doing for these children. This whole thing started with me walking the streets late at night, and I met three homies, and we talked about stuff. They were 17, 18, 19, and we talked about what was going on in their lives. And I knew as a middle-aged white guy speaking with teenage Hispanic guys, there wasn't a whole lot that we had in common. But sports was one of those 3 or 4 things we did, and so we talked about sports. And that led to them bragging about how they dominated on the courts or on the field or whatever. And so I challenged him. I said, you know, I would love to see, this kid was about this big and he was telling me how he slam dunks. And I said, I would love to see you slam dunk. I've never seen someone that short slam dunk. So we ended up playing basketball 2 days later at the park, and that was the start of Higher Ground. I brought a couple of my buddies. I asked him to bring his friends, and between the two of us, we had 10 people. So we played 5-on-5. But it was in the break time where I brought sandwiches, chips, Cokes, and whatnot, where we talked, that the magic happened. Because that's where they told us more about their lives, and we shared with them things that we thought about. Things that we thought about maybe they shouldn't be doing, what might get them into trouble, and really what the right path was. So here every day, if you're kicking a soccer ball or doing art, or some of the awesome things that we're going to be doing. By the way, we've got fashion design now. We've got girls from FITM. We've got middle school, high school, and college ladies that will be designing clothes. And the goal, of course, is to have a fashion show towards the end of the summer. We have animation, as well as graphic arts and video. And a whole lot more, and we'll tell you more about that. The point is that whatever it is that's going on, whatever it is you're doing to engage these kids, that's Higher Ground. So please take advantage of it, especially when there's downtime. You can have a friendship and a relationship by playing soccer with them or doing one of the 25 things we're going to be doing, but it's when we sit down and have a cold cup of water, or bottle in this case, or have an orange or an apple, or have a lunch or a dinner or whatever it is, and you're sitting there, that is your golden age time to let them talk. Ask them questions, prime the pump. Again, you're the backbone. I don't know how else to say that. We have over 300 kids registered, and I'm hoping we have at least 290 show up. And Monday, the very first day, and Tuesday, the second day, is going to determine how many are going to be coming back after that. So if we blow it, if we're disorganized, if we're sitting on our keister, if we're not engaging and making sure these kids are having fun, they just won't come back. So it is a bit of a challenge that I'm telling you that these kids are kind of giving us a chance. The new ones I'm talking about. The other ones love us and they'll just keep coming. But it's all the new ones. It's, you know, the old first impression thing. We've only got one shot to make a first impression. Okay. So with that in mind, the next thing I want to share with you, and this is longer than I want it to be, and I apologize, is that you've all heard the term, there's many parts to the body, right? Please understand that we take that very, very seriously. The feet, the hands, the eyes, the nose, the arms, the legs, they're all different, and they have all different unique aspects about them, and their role is unique to them. You're all part of that. We are all one body, we are all one family, and whatever it is you do, whether you're in charge of animation or basketball or fashion design or just getting the milk out and that it's cold, and making sure the kids drink it and throw it away, that's all equally important to us. So that said, please know that we are one family. And one last thing about family, I'm sure you know who our target audience is. Many of them don't have the family structure that we are all blessed to have. And so because of that, Higher Ground needs to become their family. We need to be that positive influence. We need to be the ones that make them create that self-worth, to affirm them as someone lovingly did to you, whether it's your mom, your dad, your aunts, uncles, grandparents, coaches, teachers. We are them for those kids. Okay? So please plan on having the best summer of your life. This is going to be awesome. And whenever it's not, come see me. If you love what's going on, tell the world. If you don't tell anybody, just come to me. I want to know about it, and we'll fix it. Okay? I love you all, and I'm so happy you're here. God bless you all.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all excited. I'm going to go over the Leaders Code of Conduct. It's one of the sheets you received before the orientation. This is really very, very important. I'm going to start with attend your scheduled days and times on a consistent basis. So if you say you're going to be here on Mondays and Wednesdays, please make sure to show up on Mondays and Wednesdays. If the kids are here and they oftentimes ask for you, and if you're not here, the kids get sad or they'll stop coming. So please, be consistent with the days and times that you said you were going to be here. Always be prepared, be on time and be prepared. If you're in charge of basketball one day or arts and crafts or dance, please come with a plan. That way we're not wasting time when the kids get to the activity. And never be alone with a child. So the rule is you can't be alone with a child, even if it's just going to the restroom or sitting outside. We always want you to be with an adult, at least 2 or 3 children, if not 2 adults and 1 child. This is for your safety and for the safety of the child. When you arrive to Higher Ground for your shift, make sure you always sign in, whether you're a volunteer or a Teens to Work, Scholar to Work. Make sure you sign in, you clock in. If you don't sign in or clock in, we won't know what times to pay you for or what times to give you credit. So always make sure you clock in. Be a positive role model. You're the role model for the kids. We might even only be the only role models for the kids. They come from troubled families, so always be positive reinforcement. If you see any issues with any of the kids, let Debbie, Adolfo, or myself know, or Aaron. So be aware of the students that you work with. So it's at youth risk. So their behavior is often directly related to the problems and or changes at home. So the next thing that's bolded, information disclosed by the student regarding possible neglect or abuse must be reported immediately to the Director of Leadership Development, which is Debbie, the Program Director, which is Aaron, and then the Executive Director, Joe. So if any of the kids tell you that they're being abused at home or they're being hit or there's something going on at home, please make sure to tell us. That way we can follow up with the child. Okay, it's fine. Okay. Okay, it's gone. Okay. Let's resume. Okay, observe student confidentiality. So don't talk about if there's an issue, if some of the kids, don't talk outside of work about what the kids' problems are. Make sure we only talk about the kids at work. If there's abuse, neglect, that's very important. We have to tell Debbie, or we have to tell one of the leads that there's abuse at home, neglect, anything, just so we can make sure the kid is safe. And then if there's any change in your work schedule or volunteer schedule, please make sure you email Debbie, or you let Erin know, or Erin or Debbie. That way we can make the change in your schedule, and we don't have to wait around to see if you are coming or not. Because we do depend on you, especially if the kids depend on you, we depend on you. So if you're not here, it's hard to run Higher Ground. And you do have to sign this sheet. So it says leader's name and then your signature. If you don't have a pen, you can wait till the end, and we have pens out in the front. Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Isabella. I am also on our lead team here at Higher Ground, and I have a bunch of things to talk to you about, so I'm going to try and go as quickly as possible. So we're going to start with how to respond when an active shooter is in your vicinity. A little bit of a change of pace here. The number one thing that you want to try to do is evacuate. You want to have an escape route and a plan in mind to get out. So don't just kind of run aimlessly, make sure you know where you're going. You have to evacuate regardless of whether others agree to follow. Again, we work with kids here, so you want to try and have them go with you, but we're really just trying to keep everybody safe, and if there is an evacuation plan, go. You want to leave everything behind. You can replace your phone and your bag. You can't replace your life. I'm sure a million people have told you that before. Help others escape if possible. Again, this is particularly important for us working with the kids. We don't want to terrify them or anything, but really just explain the sense of urgency. We have to get out of here right now. Do your best to get everybody out. Prevent individuals from entering an area where the active shooter may be. So if you don't know what's behind a certain door, don't go behind that door. You just don't know. It could be unsafe. You want to keep your hands visible. This is just if the police arrive, they know you're not the threat. Follow any instructions of a police officer. Do whatever they tell you to do. Call 911 when you're safe, and don't move anyone who is wounded. If you cannot evacuate, you want to hide. So you want to try and get out of the shooter's view. You want to get behind a door, behind a desk, behind a cabinet, anything you can to hide out. Keep yourself safe. Try to get the kids in the same place. Turn off your cell phone ringers. Turn off anything that can make any noise and alert the shooter of where you are. Turn off the TV. Try to tell everybody to be as quiet as possible. Blockade the door with anything heavy in the room. Really just anything to keep yourself safe. But you want to make sure if you are hiding that there's a place to get out. So don't go in a closet where if you are found you're stuck. You want to make sure there's a window or another way out, something like that. Always lock the door, remain calm, call 911. Even if you can't speak, leave the line open so they can hear what's going on. And as a last resort, and only if you are in imminent danger, this is a very, very last resort, take action. Throw things at the shooter, yell, commit to your actions. Don't throw something then run, because that's a bad idea. So again, only if you are in imminent danger should you take action, but if that was the case, throw things, act aggressively, scream as loud as you can, anything like that. Does anybody have any questions? All right, let's go to guidelines to managing children. All right, so as you guys can see, we have 8 different things here. I'll try to get through them. All right, as quickly as possible. Number 1 is engaging the kids. This is so, so important here at Higher Ground. We are not a babysitting service. We want to make sure we are always 100% of the time interacting with the kids. If they're playing a game, you are sitting right there playing it with them. If they're doing Taekwondo, you're right in there punching and kicking. It's really, really fun. They're going to want to follow you. They're going to think you guys are all the cool older kids. They want to do what you want to do. So if you're sitting there oh, this is boring, then they're going to think it's boring too, and that's of course not what we want. So make sure you're always, always participating with them 100% of the time. Number 2 is strategic placement, and this is equally as important. We want to make sure that the leaders are spread out amongst the kids. So if there's 4 kids in a line, we don't need all the leaders at the front. We want them strategically placed within the line. So you're always with a couple kids and not with the other leaders. That leads us right into our sphere of influence. And what that means is that the kids that you're around, and hopefully no other leaders that are that close to you, those are the ones that you're talking to and that you're engaging with. Those are the kids that you want to kind of have in your, under your wing a little bit. So if they're not listening and they really should be, that's the kid that you want to say, hey, listen up. If somebody's talking, you want to really engage with them, because this could be like Tatiana was mentioning, this is a really big deal for them and they need to have you guys as role models. So make sure you really are keeping that strategic placement and the sphere of influence in mind at all times. Like I said, if you're doing Taekwondo, you're kind of strategically placed around the room, not all the leaders over here and all the kids over here. That way they all have somebody they can turn to within like 2 steps to ask a question. If they're having any trouble, that's a good thing. Number 4 is shepherding the kids, so we want to make sure that they are never ever alone. As Tatiana mentioned, we do walk them to the bathroom if they have to go with hopefully a couple of kids, a couple adults, whatever works to not be alone with a child. They go from activity to activity with their group and with their leader. So that's really, really important. If you're done with art and they're going to music, I know, it might just be one door away, but they can't go alone. You say, all right, we're all going to go together, and that's 100% of the time. If somebody has an injury and they need to go to the nurse's station, one of the nurses that we have helping us out will take them. If a nurse is not available, one of the leaders will take them. They're always with an adult. The next thing is communications with the children. So as we all know, we really like when people make eye contact with us, nod along. It shows that they're listening. The exact same goes for when you're talking to these kids. So, get on your knees, make sure you drop down to eye level with them, and that way they'll really feel like they're being heard, which is what we want here at Higher Ground. The next thing is disciplining a child. It'll happen to everybody. Sometimes the kids are just acting out. The first thing you want to do is just identify who's causing the issue and give them a warning. Nothing mean, don't be harsh or anything, just, hey, please don't do that. It's really disruptive, and if you continue doing it, we're gonna have to stop doing the activity. If it continues, we're gonna again say, this is a problem, and you have to separate them from the group at this point. Bring them away from the activity and speak with them. Say, why are you doing this? What are you doing? Just kind of try to get to the problem. And if they're like, okay, I'm sorry, and you really think that they're gonna be better, okay, go back, okay. Then if it continues, you have to discipline them. So we're gonna have to bring them to Debbie, our Director of Leadership, Aaron, our Director of Programming, bring them into the office, Joe, the Executive Director. There will be someone who can help more because sometimes they just won't stop, which is always a problem. So that, again, after you've given them a warning and tried to speak with them, then you bring them to the office. Don't just pull them out and say, all right, we're leaving. That's really important because, kids make mistakes, it happens. But that is an option if necessary. And then if anything continues with that, then somebody in the office will figure that out. All right, the next one is handling confrontation. So if the kids start fighting or arguing or disagreeing, make sure you separate them first things first. That's the most important thing to start with. Find out what the problem is. As it says here, I'm sure they're gonna have different stories. He started it, she started it, he did it, I didn't do anything. Try to get to the root of the story, again, by separating the kids. One leader's talking to one, another leader's talking to another. And then if you really can't see what happened, again, this goes back to the discipline thing. We can bring them to the office and have maybe Debbie figure it out. But again, try to get to the bottom of it, what happened, have them apologize, shake hands, something like that. So the office shouldn't be like a first offense kind of thing. It's more of a last resort. And then injuries. If a child is injured, you must report the injury to either the program director or director of leadership, regardless of how minor it is. So even if they have a cut, let's get them a Band-Aid. We don't want anything getting affected or anything. We want to just make sure everybody's totally safe here. All right, does anybody have any questions on those things? Okay, just really quickly before I finish up, I'm also handling social media here at Higher Ground. We have a Facebook page. Please, please, please go like it. Right when you leave this orientation, it's Higher Ground Youth and Family Services. We are going to do a Leader of the Week kind of thing, so a lot of you will be featured there. Our website is highergroundoc.org. Check it out. We have updates sent through email. So please go like our Facebook page, check out our website. You're all going to be on it very soon. That's it for me.
Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Adolfo and I'm here, a leader here at Higher Ground Youth and Family Services. If everybody tune to your Higher Ground quick reference guide, please. Everybody there? All right, we're going to go to the and read again the Higher Ground mission, which is our mission is to empower at-risk youth to choose a fulfilling life by engaging them with positive mentors who model good decision making based on strong ethical values, being responsible, working well with others, and establishing the greater goals to achieve their full potential. With that said, just keep in mind on every single time that we're here, again, I know we're repeating this, but you know, it's over and over again. Everything that we do here, the kids learning. They learn what we see. If there's trash on the floor and we pick it up, then the next thing you know, when the kid sees it, he's gonna pick it up. If you say hi to your friends, if you greet them, then all that good behavior, they're just gonna copy and take it right on. Now, is everybody have their forms and requirements? Did we get all your IDs and pictures scanned? If we didn't, please see us after. Going again on hours and scheduling. So again, if you are going to be late, if you're not going to attend one day, please let us know within advance so we can know. And if everybody get your phones out, please. We're going to write down we're going to punch in our number from Aaron Clark, which is our program director here at Higher Ground during the summer. So the phone number, we're going to make a quick correction, and that is 714-261-1915. I'm going to go over it again. 714-261-1915. And it's important that we have her number. That way, again, if you're late or if you're not going to come in, please contact Aaron right away. That way we fill in your spot. Because the program it is due ahead of time. But again, the kids are counting on you. We're counting on you. So please let us know.
Can you repeat the number again?
The number again is 714-261-1915. Again, our dress code. Please, if you're gonna bring shorts, no short shorts, please. Again, we're modeling good behavior. If you know, please dress it properly. Guys, I know sometimes it's gonna be the summer. It's gonna be very hot. Please don't bring tanks. We will provide you with a shirt. If you are here more than 3 days, like if you're here 5 days a week, we do have shirts available for sale. Always have your badge on you at all times. We need to identify everybody that's going to be here. If we have somebody that is visiting, or just some intruder, we need to identify them and get them out of here for safety of our children. At all times, please have closed-toe athletic shoes. Again, you're going to be walking around with the kids, engaging in sports. So if you bring, sandals, it's gonna keep you away from, playing with the kids. If you bring Converse, you're probably gonna get tired at the end of one play soccer as well as if you bring tennis shoes. Please keep all your personal belongings at home, like laptops and iPads and so forth. We don't want them to, if you bring them here and it gets lost, just please keep them at home. When you're engaging with the children, please abstain from checking your Facebook or your Instagram. Again, sometimes we're checking those things out, and the kid is next to us, and we have a friend that posts a picture that it's inappropriate. The kid's gonna think, he's not gonna think that you're looking at Instagram. He's gonna think that you're looking at other websites and so forth. Do not let the kids use their phone. If they want to call their parents, have them talk to one of our leaders or you, and make sure they do call their mom or dad. They cannot text, they cannot bring it out, because that will keep them away from engaging in the program and the classes that we're offering. Do not connect with kids in social media. I know sometimes they'll tell you add me on Facebook, Instagram. You think I don't post weird pictures on Instagram. It's gonna be okay, but please do not do that. Visitors, if you're gonna bring a visitor, please have them go through Debbie Blashoff. Do not just bring he's my friend, we go to school, college together, it's gonna be okay. Please make sure you go through them first. Again, all of you guys have to be live scanned. We need to protect the children, so please have them go through Debbie. When one of our kids gets sick or injured, please do not treat the kid if you're not first aid certified. Again, we're going to have nurses here at all times, so you bring him to a nurse, and the nurse will walk him over to the office. You do not leave your station at any time unless you are instructed. Emergency procedures. On your walkie or on your badge, if you have a walkie-talkie or a badge, you're going to have 3 different codes. Code 1 means medical emergency. If we're out in the playground and we have a kid that, God forbid it doesn't happen, but if he breaks his foot or something, we don't want to say, so-and-so, Mikey broke his foot, and then all the kids are gonna get scared and yelling and so forth. So please don't do that. Just yell code 1 and give them your location. Code 1, 6 trees, and then a nurse will go over and assist you with that. Sometimes we have strangers that come out here, whether they are under the influence of some substance, or they're walking without a shirt, or they just we get a phone call from the school. We have to keep the kids safe, and our code for lockdown is code 2. So if you see somebody that is engaging in weird behavior, or it threatens the safety over children, just get your walkie and say code 2, and then place the kids on a safe zone, and then lock your doors, and then wait for instructions. Like Isabella said, we'll turn on the TV, the radio, or something, or text somebody, and we'll let you know what to do next. If by any reasons you are short-staffed and you really need a lot of help with the behavior of your kids or activities that start fighting and so forth, code 3 means I need somebody, I need more staff. So just put it up. Just say again code 3, and we'll come to you as soon as we can. Again, in an event of active shooter, is evacuate, hide, and take action. Now, if you turn your page over, please. Now, if you read this with me, please. So our expectations, number 1 is always keep your youth information strictly confidential. If a child discloses something to you, like says, I'm going through these hard things at home, you don't want to be talking about it with other leader next to another child, or just keep it confidential. Talk to Debbie about it. Always use positive techniques guidance. How many of you guys were here last year? Anybody? We have this cool things called the higher ground bucks. When a kid does a really good behavior, or they're really participating, and that's the only way we reward the kids. We do not bring lollipops, we do not bring candy. If you want to do that, please go through Joe. But please, as of right now, I'm telling you guys, the only way we reward kids is through higher ground bucks. Again, we always want to be a positive role model for the kids, with loyal, patience, courtesy, tact, and maturity. Never be alone with a youth participant. This is very important. An event last year, we had a visitor, and then all the kids were in line. One of the kids was just getting out of control, and he was going to run away. So one of our staffs grabbed him from the backpack, just from the, from the thing on the backpack, and then the kids started yelling, "You're choking me! You're choking me!" If there were no staff there that witnessed that, then the kid would have gone home or school and said, like, somebody was choking me in higher ground. But since we have the policy never be alone with a child, the other staff said she wasn't like choking him, she was just pulling him from the backpack. Again, we're serving an at-risk youth population, so these kids will really test you and test your limit to see how far they could go away, so get away with. So please never be alone with the youth participant. Never leave them unsupervised. Again, that will run away. That will oftentimes they will run out through the cul-de-sac, or if they get bored, they're gonna run home and nobody's really there to watch them, and the parents come and bring them here. Never physically strike, spank, or shake, or slap a child. Never verbally humiliate, degrade, or threaten a child. Never sexually molest, harass, or inappropriately touch a child. Never use profanity. Never fraternize with the youth under 18 outside of higher ground activities. Never transport a youth participant. Never steal or misappropriate higher ground property or funds. Never come to higher ground under the influence of drugs or alcohol. And never bring a weapon to higher ground. So please keep all of those in mind. And higher ground is an equal opportunity statement. This is our statement. It is the policy of higher ground to provide equal volunteer opportunities to all persons regardless of age, race, color, sex, religion, physical or mental disability, medical condition, pregnancy, ancestry, marital status, sexual orientation, or national origin. It is also the policy of higher ground to comply with all federal and state laws. Now, if you guys read with me the harassment statement, please. It is the policy of higher ground to express and forbid any formal harassment of volunteers, employees, or staff. The term harassment includes, but is not limited to, slurs, jokes, and verbal, graphic, or physical conduct which relate to an individual, race, color, sex, religion, national origin, medical condition, citizenship, age, sexual orientation, or handicap. Harassment also includes sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, unwelcome or offensive touching, or the verbal or graphic or physical conduct of a sexual nature. Violation of this policy will be subject to a volunteer to disciplinary actions which may result in immediate discharge. Volunteers who feel that they are being harassed in any way by another volunteer or employee or program participant should inform the site supervisor immediately. Any concerns will be handled promptly and kept confidential, and an investigation will be conducted and appropriate disciplinary action will be taken. So please keep in mind, guys, again, we're modeling good behavior, treat each other right. I know a lot of us have college buddies here or school friends, and sometimes we might joke around harsh and so forth, but please don't do it in front of the kids. Again, in case of an incident, if a child is being way too out of control or you cannot handle it, being very disrespectful, please bring him to Debbie Blasha, which is the Director of Leadership, and right away fill out an incident report. This is what it looks like, and that is located right in at the beginning of room 5, which is right there, which is our office. So incident form, fill it out. You are the first witness. Don't wait for somebody else to fill it out, or if you bring him to Debbie, don't expect Debbie to fill it out. Just do it yourself, because you are the first witness again. We also have an accident report form, which almost looks the same. If a kid, hurt his hand, gets a cut, please fill it out right away. So thank you so much, and I look forward to working with you guys.
Hi guys, my name is Erin, and I am our program coordinator, filling in for our director of programming, Melissa, who is out on maternity leave right now. Isabella is passing out our general program schedule for the summer. I don't have one for everyone, but I will be emailing you all a copy. So with that, please be on top of your emails. Check it consistently. Respond when necessary. I will be sending all of you, if I have your email, if you're a Teens to Work, Scholar to Work, I will be sending you a ton of information over the next few days. And weekly, we will be sending out the schedule via email. So please be on top of that. So real quick, I just want to go through the schedule, what it's going to look like. Our kids start at 12 o'clock with lunch. And so Scholars to Work, you are arriving at 11:45 to prepare and set up for the day for the kids to come and check in and start lunch. So there will be a couple of you in charge of the sign-in table and checking in kids. Most of the Scholars to Work will be out at the lunch tables at the school, serving kids and watching the kids as they eat lunch. And then when the kids go to playground, if you are in charge of an activity, you will be going and starting to prepare for that activity for the day. The rest of the Teens to Work arrive at 12:30 when the kids go to playground. So Teens to Work, as soon as you get here, if you're with a group, go with your group. If you are doing an activity that day, go set up for the activity and then go to the playground and join the kids to watch them before our team meeting. With that said, our team meeting is about 12:50 every day. We like to meet before the day, kind of go through the schedule and make sure everyone's on the same page of what's going on that day. Kind of give reminders about kids to look out for and kids to work with a little bit more. And so that'll be our team meeting, and we will dismiss the kids at about 1 o'clock to go to their first activity. So our rotations start at 1:15, and we have 5 30-minute rotations for the activities with the kids. So we don't have a whole lot of time for the activities. We allow the time that they'll pay attention for, So please be on top of those 10-minute transition periods in between rotations so that you're not making leaders wait and have to waste time in between rotations and the kids get less time at the rotations. We have 2 meals after lunch. So after the second activity, we have cleanup. So that means that the kids should be going to the restroom, washing their hands, and heading over to the lunch tables again at the school for snack. And then the same goes for before dinner prep. Clean up the activities. Everything should be cleaned up, and everyone should have their hands washed and bathroom used to go to the lunch tables for dinner. While dinner is going on, you will start chores, cleaning up for the day. It is important that chores get done as soon as possible because no one is leaving until chores are done. And then after chores, we will have a team meeting to recap the day, trying to improve our program for the next day, talk about kids we need to focus on and work with more, talk about what programming needs to work on and what needs to be different for the kids. So we would love to have you all at those team meetings so that we all know what's going on and what to work on for the next day. So that's our general program schedule. Again, it will be sent in your email. We have our kids separated by groups, by grade. So we have boys and girls groups, each separated by 2nd and 3rd grade, 4th and 5th grade, 6th and 7th grade, and then teens. So they will each have colors associated with their groups, and the kids will stay in those groups for the entirety of the summer. So if you are a group leader, you should know who your kids are. Everyone's staying in the same group. If you're a group leader, then you will be with that group the entire summer. So you get to know the kids, the kids learn to trust you and learn that you are who they're listening to, you are in charge. So please be consistent, again, with your schedule so that when you are with those groups, they get to know you. With group leaders, you are taking the kids to the activities and you are participating in those activities with the kids. So like I think everyone has explained already, strategic placement is very important. It means you are spread throughout the group of kids doing the activities with the kids so that we are modeling the behavior we expect. We expect them to be doing art, so that's what we're doing with them. We expect them to be playing soccer. That's what we're doing with them. We had someone who came and did an activity with the kids, a volunteer, and the group leaders just dropped the kids off and kind of stepped back and watched as she ran the activity herself, and then kids would go run into the cul-de-sac, and that is not okay. Everyone needs to be with the group, participating, paying attention to what the kids are doing it with them. If you are in charge of an activity, you need to be prepared for the activity you are doing. So dance and theater, I think, are the biggest ones that need to be prepared for and have a plan for the day. But even if you're doing something like soccer, maybe you want to change it up a couple days and do drills instead of playing a game. Have a plan ready so that you're not wasting time thinking about what you're going to do with the kids, and everything is set up when you arrive at 12:30 and you are ready to go for the day. That is why we are emailing out the schedule ahead of time so that everyone knows what the plan will be and can be ready for the day. So again, be on top of your schedules. If you are going to be late, if you are not going to be there, let me know. You all have my phone numbers. I hope you programmed it into your phones. The quick reference guide is incorrect. Adolfo read you my correct number. If you have received an email from me, you can contact me via email. It also has my phone number on there. Please use one of the two to contact me. Do not tell me in person because I will not remember it. I need a text message or an email, something, written communication. Post-it notes don't work because I will lose post-it notes. So email or text messages are awesome, and let me know ahead of time. We put together the schedule for the week a week ahead of time. So if you are working, let me know as soon as you know if you have another job, what your schedule is going to be there, so that you can tell me when you're going to work here. If something comes up last minute, still let me know, but let me know as soon as you know and ahead of time. We rely on the volunteers to plan our schedule. Our schedule is dependent on who's going to be here at what time, so we need to know when you guys will be here. Breaks. We will have breaks going on throughout the day. Our leaders in training will be in charge of breaks, and so they will be the ones who will go around to the groups and relieve people for their 15-minute break. So make sure you guys are on top of your 15-minute breaks. Make sure you are taking your breaks, because those are extremely important, especially because it is hot. Make sure you are drinking lots of water, eating a snack, and using the restroom during your break, so that you are ready to go again with the kids in 15 minutes. Adolfo kind of mentioned the Higher Ground Bucks. That is our reward system for the kids. So make sure at the beginning of the day you are checking in, you are punching in, signing in, whatever you do, and grab some Higher Ground Bucks. Check the schedule to make sure you're headed to the right activity for the day, and go off to where you're supposed to be. Make sure you take those Higher Ground Bucks so that you can reward your kids when they're being awesome, because we want that. And at the end of the week, they will be using their Higher Ground Bucks at the Higher Ground store on Fridays to buy things that they can get with their Higher Ground Bucks that they earn throughout the week. I briefly mentioned chores. Every group, every leader is assigned to a group, and every group will have a set chores list that they will be doing for the summer. Last year, if you were here, it kind of got confusing because we switched it up every day. We're going to keep it consistent, and every leader is going to be in charge of some group and those chores. So please make sure during dinner time that those are getting done, because we wait until everything is done and everything is clean before we can meet and anyone can leave. So please be on top of those, and you will get your chores list again in an email. So make sure you know what needs to get done ahead of time and can organize it with your group leaders to make sure that it happens and we can all get out in a timely manner at the end of the day. Walkie-talkies are a big thing. Last year we had a lot of issues with walkie-talkies. Every group will have a walkie-talkie, a specific number assigned to that group. So every group will have one walkie-talkie, and they are in charge of making sure that that gets back to the office at the end of the day. And please be on top of listening to your walkie-talkies. If something happens and say we have a code 2, you need to be listening to that and aware of what's going on. If we have, if we need a kid for whatever reason, please be on top of your walkie-talkies and listening to it, because we spent a lot of time calling people on walkie-talkies last year because people weren't listening to the walkie-talkies. Again, schedule changes, please let me know. I can't stress it enough how important it is that you let me know what your schedule will be and if it changes, because we plan the entire day around you guys. Please let us know. And then I kind of want to give a quick rundown of what the first day is going to look like, so everyone's prepared for the craziness that is going to happen on Monday, because we have about 330 kids signed up for camp, and we don't know how many of them are going to show up, so we want to be prepared. If you're a scholar to work, you are arriving at 10:30 to make sure everything is set up. The kids are arriving about 11:30, so please be ready to go. We will have a bunch of stations going on for the first day. We will have a sign-in table. We will have a table going through paperwork, reading the rules to the kids and their parents. We will have parents signing a form acknowledging that they understand they cannot pick their kids up until 5 p.m. because it is disruptive to our programming. We will have a station for water bottles. All the kids are going to get one water bottle for the summer. That is their only water bottle they are getting. So we are putting their first name, last name, and color on their water bottle. So if you are a group leader, make sure that the kids are keeping track of those water bottles because they will not get another one. We will have a sign-up table for field trips and a sign-up table for Zumba. So we need scholars to work, especially those who speak Spanish, have them ready to go for Monday because we will have a lot of kids checking in at the same time, a lot of parents going through paperwork. There will be a lot going on.
If I could be your Vanna White right now. Okay, so field trips. We took 2 ships out last summer. These are like Yankee Clipper ships, and it was awesome. They hold about 45 people each, and they have 2 of these ships. So it makes the most sense economically since a bus holds about 80 to 90 people, but I pay for 1 bus and we load up 2 ships. So if you're interested in going, because you are who you are welcome to have first shot at when you want to go. So the 26th, the 27th, and the 30th of this month, you're welcome to sign up and go. Okay, so just know that's number 1, that's the sailing thing, and everyone's welcome. We have a family camp. First weekend of August, it's through St. Martin de Porres. It's Us and the Sun, and we bring families there. It costs, what, $140 a person or something? So it's thousands of dollars. I think we had 7 families go. Fortunately, the people at St. Martin de Porres donate money, and that's how we get these families to go, and it's spectacular. It's 3 days, and they experience incredible family fun. Enough said. It's amazing. And then lastly, I think it's like $800 a kid, and we've got donations for 10 children so far and counting. This is Rawhide Ranch, where they go and work on a dude ranch all week. So we're sharing this with you only because we're going to need your feedback in terms of what kids have earned the right to do this, as well as possibly the family camp. So I need candidates for family camps and candidates for this. Oh, and then one other field trip that we know for sure, of course, is the beach, where we take a couple bus loads and we shepherd the kids in the water and whatnot. We haven't had a kid drown yet, have we? That's good. Okay.
Yeah, so beach day is Wednesday, July 12th. That is very important because it is the beach. We want to make sure all of our kids are safe. So put it on the calendars. Make sure you'll be here for beach day, July 12th, because all of our kids are going to that. And so we need all of you there for it. Quickly, I want to mention the nurses Adolfo mentioned. We have nurses from USF who are here 4 days a week. So each nurse is assigned to a group for the summer. So group leaders, if something happens, if an accident happens with a kid, have the nurse take them to the first aid station. They will take it from there. You shouldn't have to worry about it. Again, you're not treating the kids. Let a nurse know. They're here Monday through Thursday. Fridays, we're gonna have to kind of work through it. That's what Code 3 is for. If you need more leaders and someone needs to help, something helps a kid who fell and scraped his knee or hit their head and needs ice, we will radio for more leaders and we will send more leaders to help you take care of the situation. Okay, back to first day things. It's the first day. We want to get the kids excited for camp and kind of get them excited for a great summer. Our program is growing so much, and so we want them to know that. We want them to know that we have a lot of exciting things going on this summer. So we are kicking it off with a sort of pep rally on Monday. And so that is our first rotation on Monday. That means we are cheering, we are singing songs with the kids, we are getting them excited, we are introducing ourselves as leaders at the lunch tables after lunch. So be excited on Monday. The kids will not come back if it's not exciting. So we want the kids to know that we are going to have a great summer. The next thing that's happening on Monday is group introductions. So like I said, you will be with your group the entire summer. Even if you are in charge of an activity, you are still in charge of a group. So on Monday, we are introducing ourselves to the whole group, then we are breaking off into our smaller groups and doing icebreakers with the kids and getting to know them. You will be with them the entire summer. You want to know who your kids are, you want them to know who you are, so that you guys, you know who you're looking after and they know who they're listening to. So again, another thing that's being sent in the email is a list of icebreakers activities for Monday. You will be in small groups on the field, on the basketball court, doing those activities, getting to know each other. So please take a look at your email. Come prepared Monday for what you're going to do with the kids and introducing yourselves. And then after snack, we will start with our regular rotation schedule. Again, that schedule will be sent in your email, so please look at it so you know what is happening during the week. Let's see if I'm missing anything. So again, stay on top of your email, please. We send those schedules every week. If you can let me know ahead of time, a week ahead of time, so I can have that schedule ready and set for the week, and we don't have to make any changes, that would be awesome. Does anyone have any questions? That was a lot of information. No. Okay. So after this, we will have all of our leaders, our teens to work and scholars to work will get one shirt. Our t-shirts after that are $8 a shirt. We will also have Higher Ground hats for $8. So please take a shirt, because as Adolfo said, for our dress code, it is a Higher Ground shirt, shorts, and tennis shoes, comfortable and ready to go play around with the kids. So grab a shirt and represent Higher Ground. If you have not given me your paperwork, make sure you do that on Monday. If you still have stuff to turn in to me, come early so we can check it off and we can be prepared for the rest of the day on Monday. I think that's it. Does anyone have anything else to add?
You guys, my name is Geraldine. Is Erin Smith here? Erin, will you stand up? She is our cheer squad, pep squad leader. So as Erin said, we're going to try and start everything off with a cheer, some excitement. If anybody's interested in helping her with that, she's your girl. Please go see her, because that does get the kids excited. I am in charge of HR. So if anybody has any issues during the day, any problems arise, please come see me. I don't want anybody leaving upset. We will solve whatever's going on, we will fix it. So please come see me if there's any kind of problem. I just want to reinforce again, these kids are very disadvantaged. They come from a lot of dysfunction at home. Please react with kindness. They say things, they do things that are shocking all the time to me. So please just always find that patience, always react with kindness. That's what they need. The Higher Ground shirt that Erin mentioned, I want everybody to go home with one today so that you come on Monday with your shirt. I think you said everybody gets one free. Additional ones are $8 if you don't want to wash all week. We have lots today, I believe. We also have hats, Higher Ground hats. So Joe would like, anybody can wear a hat, but he would like them to wear a Higher Ground hat. They are $8. They're pretty fun, so have a look at those if you want them. This is our home. Again, I want to reinforce. If kids are being destructive, if they're jumping on stuff, do not let that happen. Please just have them be respectful of our surroundings. If there's garbage, if there's trash, please pick it up if you're walking by. Keep it nice. This is where we all are. We want it to look good. If something gets broken, please tell us. We will fix it. If we don't know, we can't. So let us know. Check emails, you heard. Someone mentioned earlier if you're in charge of dance or whatever, and come with a plan. If you don't know how to make a plan, come see us. We will help you. I don't want you at home in front of Google stressing the night before, like, what am I going to do? Come and see us. We'll help you put together a plan for dance, for food, for crafts, for whatever it is. We are here to help. We want this to be fun and easy.
Where can we find you?
Where can we find me? I'm going to be everywhere like everybody else, but in that 3. I think it's 3. I need to get those numbers down. I'm in 3. And you can, actually, if you come see me, I'm happy to give anybody my cell phone number, so you can always access me at all times, even if I'm not here. I'm happy to do that. And I think that's it. Again, I want to say thank you to everybody for coming here today. We're really excited about this summer. It's going to be one of our biggest ever. We really appreciate your time, especially the volunteers who are here of their own volition. We really appreciate your effort and the time that you're going to spend here with our kids, and I know they do too. So I think that's it. Anybody else? No. Awesome. See, we said you're done, and you're not. Sorry.
All right, really, really quickly. Okay, so a lot of you that know about us and a lot of you that have been here before know that we do sports, we do cheer, we do taekwondo, we do art. But we have a whole bunch of new stuff this year. So we have fashion and sewing. That's going to take place in number 4, which is this building right here. We have dance, which is, where's dance going to be?
The NPR.
The NPR in the school. We have theater, which is also going to be over in that area by the lunch tables on the stages, and puppet shows, which is going to be awesome. We have book club, which is like a nice reading room for the kids. It's going to take place in number 2, which is the classroom right there. Art is also going to take place in number 2. We have board games. We have sports. We have soccer, baseball, volleyball, bobble ball, which is a new thing. We have dodgeball and kickball. All of that's going to take place right behind these buildings on the field. We have taekwondo and yoga, which are going to take place in the clubhouse, which is number 1, all the way over there, the first building right there. We have video production with our 2 guys right here and me, Ben, Nick, and myself. That's going to take place in number 4, and that's going to be really, really cool for some of the older kids. We have computers, which are also going to take place in number 4 right there. Photoshop, graphic design, and animation, also number 4. We're going to have a talent show, which we've done every year. It's always a huge hit with the kids. It's going to be really fun. Take place in the NPR, which is part of Lincoln Elementary School. We're going to have cooking with the OC Food Coalition right in the kitchen in number 5. And we're going to have gardening in our very own gardens. We have a lot of awesome food. So yeah, we also have 6 Trees, which is like camp games that I think Aaron's going to help us with those cheers. That's also right back there. So yeah, number 1 starts over there. Number 5 is over here. That's kind of a quick thing where everything takes
Arts
place.
and crafts with the
Art-
NCL moms.
Right?
Huge. Thank you.
Arts and crafts, and I think now we're actually done.
And it doesn't have to stop there. If you have anything you
We're never
like
done.
to do,
That's right.
if there's anything you like to do, anything you're passionate about, any hobbies you want to share with the kids, let us know. We will put it in our programming. We want to give kids the opportunity to do something that they normally wouldn't have a chance to do if they're sitting at home all day. So let us know if there's something you want to do with the kids. We are open to all of your ideas.
Just to piggyback off of what was just said, with all the cool stuff and where we do it and what time we do it and who's doing it, we keep a huge whiteboard. And so again, for all you newbies, it'll be over here. We call this home base, by the way. So there'll be 2 or 3 of these easy ups and a whole bunch of tables. The nurses will have one first aid station, but that grease board, which will be changed or whiteboard or whatever you want to call it, is changed every day with the daily schedules, and it'll show the different colors, which are the ages of the kids, and where they're going to be at each block. So at 1:30 they're here, and at 2 o'clock they're there, and 2:15 is potty break, and 2:30 is snacks, and anyways, you get the idea. So you're always checking the board, you're always here. Again, I can't thank you enough. If you have any questions, please stay and ask somebody. If it's specific to whatever somebody said, ask them. If it's general, ask any of us.
And make sure you turn in your leader's code of conduct.
Yeah, make sure you have all your paperwork in.